Hello, Serious Survivor here. The purpose of this video is to briefly discuss a lot of the different acronyms and terminology that's associated with bugging out, prepping, and things such as that. This video will be in somewhat alphabetical order, and we try to cover as many of the terms associated with prepping as we can here. So let's get started. Decon, decontamination. Declination, the amount of variation that a map has due to the fact that magnetic north and true north are not at the same exact location. Desiccant, a small pack containing a hygroscopic substance that's used to draw out and hold moisture from the package that they're included in. DFO, disaster field offices. DHS, the Department of Homeland Security. DOD, Department of Defense. DOS, Department of the State. DTA, don't trust anyone or don't trust anybody. Dirty bomb, a device usually incorporated by terrorist groups or similar that uses conventional explosives to disperse radiological materials. Doomer, someone who believes disaster is coming and that chaos will definitely ensue, and these are hardcore preppers basically. Doomsday. This is a common term that many preppers use when referring to the day when a major breakdown in our civilized society occurs and could be brought on by any number of multiple events. Doomsday prepper. Someone who spends time preparing for any type of major event that would result in the end of the world as we know it. Doomstead is a survivalist retreat or a location, the same as a bug-out location. Dutch oven, a very versatile cooking pot made of cast iron usually, and it's most often used for cooking on a fire instead of in a traditional oven. EAS, the Emergency Alert System. EBS, the Emergency Broadcast System. EDC, this refers to your everyday carry items, and it's basically things that an individual carries every day with them that might assist them in a survival situation. ELE, an extinction level event. EMP, electromagnetic pulse, and this can be a natural or artificial phenomenon or occurrence, and it usually occurs in a radiated electric or magnetic field and is extremely hazardous and damaging to electronic equipment and other infrastructure devices depending on the magnitude of the energy. EMFH, every man for himself. EOD, end of days. EOD also stands for Explosive Ordnance Disposal. This term is associated with particular teams in the military. EOT, end of times. EOTW, end of the world. EROL is excessive rule of law. ESP, extended stay pack. EVAC, to evacuate an area or location. FAK, first aid kit. FEP, family emergency plan. FD, fire department. FEMA, Federal Emergency Management Agency or System. FIFO or FIFO, this is an acronym that stands for first in, first out. It's a method used in food storage and rotating the food, and it involves serving or using the items that were first stored before using the most recent ones. FILO, first in, last out. FOB, a forward operating base. FOP, a forward observation post. FRED, or FRED, field ration eating device. FRS, family radio service. FUD, this stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. FUBAR, effed up beyond all recognition. FWIW, for what it's worth. Fallout shelter. This is a shelter designed and built with the premise of resisting penetration or contamination from nuclear radioactive fallout. Fallout, The radioactive particles that fall to the ground or surface, making an area dangerous or even deadly. A Faraday cage, an improvised device that can shield electronic items inside of it from an EMP attack or solar flare. Fiat currency, any paper currency that is simply issued at will without any possibility of being converted to precious metals or other tangibles, or basically currency that is not backed up. Fire steel, a tool used by survivalists and preppers to start or make fire with. Fire team, a 4 to 6 person team whose primary purpose is to engage the enemy. Flank is to approach an enemy or target from its side position. Food insurance refers to the food stockpile you have in your home. Start with a 1-month supply and then gradually increase it to a 6-month supply, and then a 1-year supply is the best recommendations. A force multiplier. This is a capability of some sort when added to or employed by a combat force will significantly increase the combat potential of that force and enhances the probability of success and accomplishing the mission. Freeze-dried food. Food that has been dehydrated for the purpose of preserving it by freezing it in a vacuum.